All right, so this is going to be step number 7 of setting up your budget. We left off on the Start Here page, and on that page we went through the first 6 steps of setting up your budget, ending with your income names. So I'm just going to go back to this page for a second because I want you to notice something on the budget tab once we get over there. In step number 4, you chose all of your budget categories and you put them here. So for example, mortgage, home maintenance, home renovations, lawn care, etc. And then we checked them all off here. And so you did that for all of the budget categories that you want. And so when we go to the budget tab, what you're going to notice is that right here, both on the left-hand side in column B and also in column F, all of your budget categories that you've chosen are listed here automatically. As I've said many times in these videos, you can only edit cells that are orange, and you'll notice that these cells that list your budget categories are not orange, and that's because all of these categories have already been listed here automatically for you. The other thing I want to point out here is in cell G6 right here in blue is the date that you started using the budget, and then just underneath it is this number, amount to be budgeted, and that is $49,106.77. Again, this is not an orange cell, so that means that this was put there automatically, and I just want to explain to you where that number came from. So let's go back to the Start Here sheet, and if we go up to our step number 2 and 3, our cash and bank accounts and our credit cards, first we put in all of the cash and bank account money that we have available, and we listed them all here, and then this cell automatically added them up, so that was about $53,000. And then we put all the money that we owe to our credit cards, which was about $4,200. So if you were to whip out your calculator right now and subtract this number, $4,242.51, from this number, $53,349.28, guess what number you're going to get? That's right, it's going to be the exact number that is listed here, which means this is the amount of cash, so-called cash, you have available to spend, to save, to whatever. And this is the heart of the budget. And this is how it starts. This is how you're going to start your zero-based budget. So on that very first day, when you start this budget, what you have to do is you have to tell every single penny of this entire $49,106.77 where it's going to go. Some people call this giving it a job. Some people say a place to live. But ultimately, the goal here is that you will fill up these cells with amounts to their corresponding budget categories to the point where the amount remaining to be budgeted is going to be 0. And that is what makes this a zero-based budget. So what you're going to do is you'll just start typing in numbers and start assigning money to different budget categories that you might want to put this money towards. Now for me, I pay my mortgage on the first of the month, so I know that during the month of November, I don't actually need to put anything towards my mortgage of this money because I've already paid it. So I'm just going to put $0 there. Home maintenance and repairs, I just want to kind of be saving up money little by little so that when those repairs do come around, I don't know, so I might put, say, $200 there. And so on and so on and so on and so on and down the line. It's going to be a lot easier for you to put things that you know how much they cost every single month on average, such as maybe your electric bill or your internet bill or your cell phone bill. But you're just going to put numbers here until this number equals exactly 0. What you'll notice is that as I type in numbers here, if you'll look real quick at these 2 cells, if I were to type in $10,000 into home renovations right there, the result is going to be this cell G11 remaining to be budgeted. As soon as I hit enter, it's going to go down by $10,000, meaning I have $10,000 left to put towards a budget category. So obviously I have lots and lots of categories, and it's going to be like a very long video if you just watch me type out how much I've decided to put towards each one of these of this starting amount. So I won't do that. So let's just pretend for just a second that I've gone ahead and put amounts for every single one of these categories, which I didn't, but we're just going to pretend. And I've assigned money to every single category that I can think of, yet still I have $38,597.77 left to assign, and I just don't know where to put it. Well, good for you. That is a really great problem to have. So if I were you, I would take that money and I would either put it in like my emergency fund. Look, there I just got $20,000 assigned to something. I might go ahead and put $6,000 towards my Roth IRA, since that's how much I can put in for an entire year. Whoops, that was the wrong category. And if I still have stuff left over, I guess I'm going to put it towards my student loans. You get the idea. So you basically just want to put all the money that you have available towards a budget. I can't type and talk at the same time. You want to put it towards a budget category until the number in cell G11 equals exactly 0. So just to show what that looks like, I'm going to go ahead and do this here and type in the exact same number that exists in cell G11 right here. Voila! This number is now 0, so that means that I've assigned all $49,106.77 to a budget category, and so I have 0 left to assign. That means I've done it right. In the real world, that means that every single one of these is obviously going to have a number in it. I just didn't do that for the video because it would have taken forever. But that's what you have to do on the date you start this budget. I want to point out one more thing here. You'll notice potentially that as I was typing in numbers over here, so for example with home renovations, I put $10,000 towards that. The number here in home renovations says $10,000 now, which means right now, today, at this very second, I have $10,000 available to spend on home renovations because I put $10,000 here. Now, this will be in the next video, but I'm just going to address it real quickly. If I put a transaction here towards home renovations, and let's just show it real quick for you to see what happens. And so I'm just going to say I went to Home Depot. This is towards my home renovations. The account I used was my American Express, and the amount I spent was $2,000, and it was outflow because I spent that money. So the most important thing being here, home renovations, and it was $2,000. Let's look and see what happens to this number on the budget tab. Well, what do you know? Now it says I have $8,000 left. Even though I assigned $2,000, I've spent $2,000 from my home renovations. So this tells me that I currently have only $8,000 left in that budget category because it's calculating what I have put towards home renovations minus what I've actually spent. We'll go over this a little bit more in the next video, but really the point of this one was just to show you that you have to take every single penny that you have on November 11th or the date you start, assign it to a category here in these orange cells below, to a corresponding budget category right here until this number in cell G11 equals exactly 0, and that will make this a zero-based budget. In the next video, I'm going to go over a little bit more about how the budget and the transactions tab interact with each other. So yeah, watch that video next.